it's a bit strange, really, when you can't be forced to do things that you really don't want to. And I guess in a lot of workplaces and work areas, you kind of been told like this is how it has to be done, and this is how music theory has to be studied, and this is how, if you want to fit in, this is what you have to go by. And I feel like a lot of musicians tend to be like indigos, and they're always like the game changers. They come into this world and bring about changes, and at the same time, these people have such an idea of who they want to be and how they want to look out for others in this world in relation to the kind of service they want to provide people, what they're going to give to do that, and they tend to see other people's problems as well. So, being a musician or being some sort of actor, or anyone that is involved in some sort of art industry, that you really have to be creative in. There's always a fine art that comes directly from the heart, that tells you who you're about, and that is what gives you kind of like your strength and willpower to kind of keep going on. So in the end of the day, even if you're a chef or you are an architect or an engineer, having the passion for what you like to do is important, but mostly is knowing what service you're going to give to people and how you're going to deliver that service to people. When you're able to deliver that service, then you are already like on a ball. You're keeping things rolling, you're going, and things in life are good. But before that is usually the problem for most people. What most people don't consider is like how to break down the steps into what they want to achieve and do, really, because it's a true problem. You see a big picture, but you don't know how to conquer it. So you want to be this amazing producer, and yet you struggle with managing people or managing yourself or your life. So the best thing to do is just break down everything in small steps, and with these small steps, make goals for them. And once you make goals for these small steps, and then you carry out and pursue them, really master each one of them, master every single one of them as best as possible. Spend 5 years, 2 years, 3 years having everything you're gonna need to be this major producer. And you can't tell where life is really gonna bring you to at times. You are steering the boat really in the sea, and there's gonna be some heavy winds and floods and all sorts of things, but you can't really tell where success is gonna come from, or you can't really tell who is gonna bring you towards that success. And sometimes it's not just about being successful, but it's about doing the duty in the present moment that allows you to become successful. Like, you're gonna meet great producers and other managers and people who are meant to be a part of your journey, and what they're gonna offer you is a challenge to improve, and challenge to be man up about your area, field, or step into the position that you should be. And when this position comes, that's where you really want to take the most massive amount of action, regardless how tired you are or how tired you become. Like, I'm tired of sitting in the studio for 12 hours, or I'm fed up with these artists, they're going nowhere. These are your breaking point of victory. You can give up there, and enough is enough at times. Enough is really enough. If you haven't spent too much time doing something that isn't progress, then there is a solution to why it's not happening that way. And really what you should be doing then at that point is look for other techniques that can help you get the results that you need. And if that ends really working out, then perhaps it's not what you're doing, but what's been given to you. Perhaps you're not being treated fair. And if you're not treated fair in your business place, or wherever you are, or in a band, or your voice is not getting heard, then you need to step up and get yourself heard, because this is a game that, in order for you to win, you're gonna have to be stubborn in certain areas and have the no attitude and the I can do willpower attitude. And at the same time, know when to give up on people who don't offer you anything. That's as simple as it is. And when you do get those who actually offer you the best, give them quality. Give them as much quality as you can, because that's what you're giving yourself back. And if you're going to take anything from this today, really is to really invest a lot of massive action into the process of doing. So you're in a present moment and you're doing something. Invest a lot of time into that process, a lot of time into why you're doing this, or why you're going through that at that very moment, because the lesson is there, and the challenge when it is overcome is now become part of you. So if you hear what I'm truly saying, your next level only comes when you have defeated your present moment and what you have to learn from that present moment, really. And you can apply this to everything.